Hello Gundam fans and Gashapon collectors. So we have the whole wave of Gashapon Warrior-03 that came out in October 2015, and these are the 5 robots in it. This is a website called GundamneumGateway.blogspot.com. If you want to collect tiny Gundam figures, this is the site you want to check out. The guy's got the most information on them, it seems. So it's good that I pulled this up because this pamphlet that comes with these things only tells you the chassis code in English. So ZGMF X20A is Strike Freedom Gundam, X19A is Infinite Justice Gundam, then the Triple XG01W is Wing Gundam from the Endless Waltz cartoon, which I have not seen. OZ02MD, I'm not familiar with this one, but it's called Virgo, the mobile doll version. I don't know. And then this one actually does say Captain Gundam FF. So I think this is one of those sentient Gundams, like from those SD cartoons. It's 2015, P Bandai, and Gashapon. And this one has joints here for the shoulders and the elbows, and the legs will articulate, same with the head. So the joints are real pain to work with, so I'm going to put one together and then I'll just cut away later. And oh, this one doesn't even have. What's going on here? I'll have to see what happens. Where are the joints for this guy? That's a concern. That is a concern. We'll have to just try making this one. I don't know which one it is. But you can get some clippers here. You could just tear these out the sprues too, but get some anal retentive. So these are great joints. They have a tiny ridge in them, so once you put them together, they won't fall apart. I wish they'd use these kind of joints in all their small figures, in particular those cross silhouette figures. The joints kind of want to fall apart because there's no ridge holding them together. Okay, so I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see, but yeah, you see this pin? There's a groove there, and something inside of this snaps onto that. Oh, that was actually quite easy. Usually it's very difficult to snap those together. Okay, now these are the elbow joints. No, the shoulder joints, my bad. The smaller one's the elbow. Oh, so these Gashapon Dash ones have really good joints. You don't need to press down so hard like I do on the Gashapon Senshi series. Okay, where's the hip? Oh, yeah, this is different too from the Senshi. The peg is on the leg and not on like a different piece. Alright. So looking at the torso, we have some green here, yellow. I'm going to lose that background. Hold on, it's a little distracting. Vent details in yellow. So a lot of colors. Granted, it's not the crispest separation of color, but it seems okay. The head here is just painted on for the optics. It's not a transparent piece. Decent enough molded details. Is raw plastic here. Here's the rest of the head. Metallic green. Well, I gotta say, something about it is just not as polished as the Gashapon Senshis or really the SD Neos. It's acceptable. What I do like is these are flexible. They're not going to break. Not easily, at least. And if they were warped, you could just dip in hot water and it'll straighten itself out. Okay, let's put that aside for now. So here's the torso. And so again, it has a ridge. It's going to be really difficult for that to fall apart. Alright, but you can still articulate it left and right. I assume the color goes on the front. There's some thruster details. Oh wait, maybe I have made something like this before. Just used it the other way, where the peg is up here and the cup is on the leg. But anyways, you can get a little back, front, a little in, tiny bit of in, a little out. Skirt gets in the way. It's mostly front and back movement. Pretty plain bottom of the feet there, but I guess that's okay. Now we're going to look at them upside down. Alright, so now the shoulder joint here. Just pop that in. Oh, wow, that one is tough. What's going on here? I'm gonna wiggle it past that flexible body. Okay. Yeah, I do find it odd that they put a cylinder into it. It looks like a dome recess. I don't know why these aren't rounded more. Oh, it's because of this thing. Never mind. Never mind. Where's the shoulder? All right, the shoulder here. So this must be the Gundam wing from Endless Waltz. That's what I'm guessing. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna see a lot of the shoulder. You kind of have to for it to articulate that far, and then obviously you can spin it all around. Okay, maybe I should put the backpack on. So I guess you have to put it on this way. There's actually a shape to that rectangle in the middle. That's a tight fit. That's not going to fall off anytime soon. And then what goes on? He's got these wing things here. Gundam wing. And that even has a ridge, so it won't fall out easily. I mean, you could remove it, but it won't just... It's not going to just fall out without effort. And then these wings are nice because they're painted on both sides. They're actually different. Like this wing is going in and then coming out there. I don't know if I put these on the correct way. Probably not, but we're gonna go on. Yeah, so that's nice. You can get them all parallel back here, or visible in the front. So pretty good playability on this toy here. So this looks like the forearm. Let's get that elbow in place. Alright, nice snapping sound there. These are much easier put together than the Senshis. Just watch my Senshi videos. I'm complaining all the time in them. Something about the plastic of this is softer or something. Alright, so the hand is literally just molded into the forearm. I'm gonna line that up. The forearm is actually cupping this cylinder of the joint. You can see how it's rounded there. So that's kind of nice because it helps hide some of that joint. And this one has a peg, so that's for the shield. It's just pure luck I put them on the correct side because I didn't even see it before. The shield actually has nice details molded in the back, and then it's painted red on the front as well. And we got a nice deep peg hole there, so that won't fall off very easily. There is a square rectangle peg. I don't know where that could optionally go. Oh, I see. In the back we have a hole. So yeah, if you want to, you could do that. Or maybe it's upside down. Hold on. I see. Is there a flight mode for Gundam Wing? Endless. There must be, right? Maybe that's a cockpit now in flight mode. You do see now the leg popped up pretty easily. Alright, so that's interesting. But then you just have this peg sticking out of the arm, so I think I'd rather just have it in suit form and not in flight form. Just leave it like that. Okay, now this hand, well, I mean, it looks like either hand have a round hole, so you could put this weapon in it. And it's a pretty well detailed weapon. You can see some interesting grooves and stuff. No additional color though. So you can bend the elbow, pop in the hand, raise the whole shoulder, point forward. Yeah, very cool. There is a peg hole, but it doesn't come with the stand, unfortunately. But you could, I mean, it's so small you could just use toothpicks and make your own stand. And then it'll obviously stand on its own, which is nice. Right? It won't topple over. Alright, so that's Gundam Wing Zero, I believe, from Endless Waltz. Let me go and put all these together, and we're going to have to find out what's going to happen with this guy. It's a little bit disturbing. Maybe it's a variation of one of the other suits. Alright, so here they are in order of that pamphlet. So here we got the Strike Freedom, was it? And this one actually has a pretty cool wing system. The main wing pivots in this little back thruster area, and then you have these additional wings that just pivot on that. So it's kind of a short pin, but it so far hasn't fallen loose, so that's okay. The gun is really well detailed, as you can see here. It's a lot of grooves and all that stuff, and it's not this. It's painted white, whereas this is raw plastic white, so it looks a little different from the robot, which is actually appreciated. Gold in that section there. Some metallic up here. Yellow metallic eyes on that one. Yeah, just details all around except for on the feet, which is fine. I have no idea what that code means. Okay, so there's some extra paint down here though from a process. But yeah, hopefully you can just see as we spin it around. The head here, you know, it doesn't collide with anything, so that's nice. And then, you know, with the butterfly joints, you can really get a lot of different posing actions, so it's really cool. Okay, so that's that one. I think I like the Infinite Justice one a little more. I just like the pink colorway better. It's got some little cannon details, and it looks like there's pink in these little round sections there. The gun is just a matte gray, and then you got this metallic bluish color up in those recesses. Again, flexible antennae, won't break. This one has green metallic eyes. This little jetpack back here, it has 2 extra holes, and actually technically a hole there as well. I'm not sure why, and also I'm not sure why there's a peg right here. Oh, I see. You can actually probably make it more like a jet or something, putting that up there, but it gets in the way of the head. So there might be some sort of transformation mode. Oh, there is. That's like a separate thing entirely. It's really small, these photos, but yeah, it's just like a flying drone or something like that you could have separately. But why would I do that? Why could I just have it on the figure? So anyways, so that's pretty neat. Okay, the shield even has a tiny bit of detail on the back side there. It's just raw pink plastic though. It's got that glossiness to it. If it bothers you, you could probably, you know, mask off the eyes and then just paint the thing matte with a matte clear coat. Alright, well, I'm too lazy to do that, so we already saw the Wing Zero. This Leo here, now I recognize it. I just didn't recognize it with this and this. I just recognized the rectangular face of the thing. So it's nice and purple metallic. This shoulder is asymmetric. I don't know what these are on this particular character. It is a little bit of a lighter gray on this dark gray body. And then this gun is actually held upside down. The pegs in from the bottom. It's got like thruster details or something. Tiny thrusters here. It's kind of a plain looking suit, but it's definitely different, you know, from all the other ones. I kind of like it. All these other ones are just so crazy over styled with fins and wings coming out everywhere. You know, I kind of like some of the basic suits. Now this wacky Captain Gundam FF one, this is the only one I've ever seen that has a pointy finger. So again, I think it's a sentient one. And it's got really nice details on the back of the shield. And it looks like it has like a lion head. And so I was wondering, what the heck is this thing for? And looking at that pamphlet, you can actually cover up the lion head with this red crest looking thing. So this might have a flight mode too, but I don't see it on that piece of paper. Yeah, it looks like a cockpit. Yeah, it's a unique one. And now there's also a peg hole back here. So it turns out this guy comes with 2 guns. Oh, by the way, this came in 2 bags. That's why I was thrown off. 2 of the bags made this guy, whereas those all came in their own one bag each. Alright, so this guy actually has 2 weapons available. And you'll notice this one has 2 pegs. So obviously you can carry the gun in this hand. Now, that pointy finger doesn't have a hole. But you can also peg it in the back if you want. Right? Just like shotgun, double shotgun, I don't know what it is. And then you have this little pistol, and that has a peg obviously, but you can actually peg that into this bigger gun if you want and make a double-decker gun like that Lego guy would make with double-decker couch. But to me that looks a little bit too goofy. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that. So it's just weird to have a peg sticking out of a gun, I think. But I think I'll just pose it with the little pistol, like this. Right, minimal. And then I'll just have this rifle or shotgun thing back here. Right. So this actually turned out to be one of the better ones. I think I prefer these two the most. Maybe I do like this Captain Gundam the most. I've just never seen it before. I'm not familiar with these two. I've seen these from Gundam Seed or whatever it was. And I just have a Converge of that one. Alright, for comparisons, here's the Gundam Converge of the Wing Zero Select Limited Color Edition, I guess. And so you can see Converges are just bigger toys. And they have less articulation, only the arms and the head move on the wings, but the legs don't move at all, and there's no elbow joints either. But they do, I guess, look more like real Gundams. They're still deformed, but not as much as these guys here. You know, nothing's on the monitor. Here's an Aegis, which is number 249 in the Converge series. It seems very related to Infinite Justice. I think Converge does have an Infinite Justice, but I just haven't gotten to reviewing it yet. Now, I have this Gashapon Senshi Forte of this particular, this one. And you can see they're similar, but not quite identical. This one has these like barrel cylinder joints in the shoulders, whereas this has like dumbbell ball pegs. There's balls on both ends of that dumbbell in the shoulder. So there's more articulation here because there's more clearance, but it's also looks very gappy. What's nice about this is the hands are separate pieces, so you can actually pose the hands and some put a fist in or an open wavy hand. So, and also these have transparent eyes. So the Senshi Fortes, I guess, are better. Just look at it. Look at this is painted, I think, as well, whereas this is raw plastic. I think the Forte is the latest line they have, and this also has the double movement wings, but they're on a separate frame carrier, whereas these wings are just on one wing. 2 pieces versus 3 pieces per side of the wings here. Alright, so just, you know, if you're wondering what to collect, I think the Fortes are a little bit better. They're the same height, it looks like, but advancements, more paint taps and stuff. And they come with a flight stand, so it looks better. Alright, so let's put that back. And then here's one of those sentient ones, but this is a Forte again with the double dumbbell shoulder joint and a different older stand. So, and then the foot details you can see are better on the Fortes. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. Unfortunately, I'm not sure why they haven't made a Leo in the Converge lineup. It's like one of those grunt figures. I suppose eventually they will, but I haven't seen it. So anyways, yeah, I'm still happy to have these older designs. Just different. Really, in particular, I guess it's these two I really like. And maybe that one. I don't really care about the wing stuff myself. But it was just cheaper to buy the whole set than to buy these individually. So that's what I did. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you the next time I get a Gashapon Gundam. Bye now.